your girl, DJ Carney, and you are tuned in to KPTR, The Truth Behind the Music. And today we have with us in the building Miss PJ Dakota. She is a hip-hop and R&B artist, also a songwriter and producer. And first of all, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
PJ.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And just to give them a little bit of information about you, you were just featured on the Waka Blockers on Superstars Online magazine recently, right?
Yes.
Right. So we want to go ahead and get into details about you for the ones that are not aware of you and your wonderful talent. And let's go back to, when you first began to sing and do music.
Oh, wow. I started singing at the age of 3. You know how your mom and dad, have old records and 8-tracks and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And my dad used to be in the basement DJing or whatever, and we would just play along, sing along. And they had this artist named Johnny Mathis, and I go way back. A lot of people don't know who Johnny Mathis is. And of course, he was before my time, but this was one of the records that they would play, and I love that man's voice, and I love that album. And at 3 years old, I could sing the whole album front to back. I can give you a whole concert. You couldn't tell me nothing.
That is awesome. So, do you remember when when they like, okay, my baby can sing? Do you remember that moment?
Yeah. We were in the car. My mom and our aunt were driving, and I stood up in the back seat and just started belting the songs out, because they had it on the stereos, in the car, and they looked at me like, "Whoa, we got us a star here." So it's been on and popping ever since.
Oh man, that's crazy. But I do know people that have real talent like that. They do always, even the legends, they always say, "Well, I started singing at 3." I'm like, what?
Right.
I'm hating. I still haven't got it yet. I still be trying.
You still be trying, girl. Keep trying.
I keep trying, it just ain't working. I was trying to figure it out, but then I realized I was supposed to have it at 3.
Right. That's the age. That's the age. 3, girl. You missed it.
But anyway, so as you grew older, did you sing in like school? Talent shows and stuff?
Yeah, we did talent shows. We created groups. I would write up. We elementary students or whatever. I'm writing up contracts because I used to read a lot. I still do, and I would read the music industry books. Now people don't even know about them industry books, but them books been around forever. And I would read them, and they'd be like, "You need a contract. You need this." So I would make my own versions of what I thought those contracts were supposed to be like for us at 9, 10 years old, and be like, everybody in the group had to be have a GPA of a 3 point. And if you didn't, you got removed from the group. We had a dues. Our dues was like 25 cents or 50 cents every time we met. We had rehearsals, but we was kids. We would like meet up and then run off and go play. I can never get them to be totally serious, but it was still the fun and the effort that I tried. But I've always been like the boss since then.
Well, man, I'm just saying, you had a business mind at the age of 9 or 10. You were destined to, handle business.
Oh yeah.
And this was definitely your lane for sure.
Right.
But so, what was the name of the first group you were in?
We were called the Combinations, and the name was because it was a combination of all my different friends, and we all played different instruments. So because we were in bands, so somebody was the trumpet, somebody had violins. I think we had like 2 flutes. We had somebody that played drums, and they agreed to be in the band. So and I would write all the songs, and then I would teach them how it go, and then. Yeah, we were kids, so it just faltered to the side because we wanted to go play instead.
Right. So do you remember where you guys first performed, like live?
We never got that far. That's what I'm saying. We were kids. we would meet and talk, and then it'd be like, let's go to the park, and then we end up at the park. So it was just, that was just the beginning part of me realizing that I needed people who were like, really serious into where my mindset was. But it was fun, nevertheless, because I got to hang out with my friends at the house. So.
Right. So do you remember when you guys first started taking it serious, or you? Let's just say you.
Oh, true.
When you first started to take your music.
It might have been probably around about 84, 85. I started my label. It was my label now, but it was my production company. It's called Daydream Production. When I physically came up with my name, I knew I was gonna be a producer. I knew I was gonna be a songwriter. I knew that, and I went downtown and got the DBA for it, and we've been on and popping ever since.
Okay. That's what's up. And so as you went on through that process and started taking it serious, I think I read in your bio weren't you already performing, or did you start to perform?
Yeah, by that time I started performing. Yep, I started. I got involved in a gospel singing group called 6 Times Divine. Very talented individuals. They were literally a female version of Take 6. They were so dope. And yeah. And but the time when I started getting in the group had broke off, and they was trying to put it back together. So then they needed new members, and that was why I came in. But it just didn't. The fire was gone, so it didn't. We weren't able to go any further than a couple of rehearsals or whatever. So then that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop trying to do this group stuff and just go solo. So I just started focusing on me. Well, I started focusing on me more as a producer and a songwriter, and I started working with local talent around the area.
Okay, you're kind of breaking up.
I'm sorry.
A little bit.
I'm sorry. I said I started working.
Okay, I
Yep. I started working with, Hello?
I'm listening.
Oh, okay then. I said I just.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we good.
Okay. I said I started working with local talent in the area and started writing and producing for them.
Okay, did you have any that were successful? Any other groups that you were working with, the younger ones?
Successful in the sense of that we've actually finished the project. It got pressed and put in a store. That's as far as it went. Because at that time, nobody knew about the internet. Wasn't where it was at now, and this was still about getting your, Right. So. But that was like probably my biggest thing, having a complete project out. And it was crazy how they did it. They, I think they owed me some money for the beats, didn't finish paying me, put the song out, didn't tell me it was out. And I just happened to hear about it from the record store that was housing the tape. And I was like, what? So, yeah, I've learned a lot in the process. But that was like 1999. It was Halloween 1999 when that happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's going to happen, in the music industry. It seems like everybody in the industry has to deal with something similar to that.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to find your way.
Exactly.
And whatnot. So what are you, what you're working on now? What you looking to do?
I'm looking to drop my very first full album for myself called Daydreaming. I'm hoping to have that out, if not this month, next month. And like I said, we just dropped the single Just Skate, and we're about to drop a new version, a remix version of it, like an R&B faster version of it, probably in the next week or so.
Well, that's awesome. I know you said that you started singing at 3, but when did you start rapping?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that started probably around in the 90s because, MTV was in and rap started becoming popular, whatever. And it took me a minute to even get rap. I'm like, what? What is this? And then what cued me in on rap was I was on a family trip and they played two tapes. One was DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince and Tribe Called Quest. And I have loved rap ever since.
Oh wow! So would you say they were the ones that inspired you to start rapping?
Yes, because there was a lot of groups then like they were positive. Both groups was positive. They had just a funkiness about them that I liked, and I was more into the positive type of music or whatever, you know. But then as I got older, or whatever, and looked back on some music that was out then, I like that music too. But I wasn't too much into the hardcore, you know, kill, 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 murder, murder, murder type of music. But you know, I respect those artists though.
Right. Right. You kind of sound like me, the same lane I was in. But of course, you know, I was a Roxanne type of girl because
no doubt
the rap seems easy to rap.
Exactly,
You
exactly.
know, something simple.
Yeah.
So, you know, I grew up in that era too. But did you do, you know, create any hip hop tracks back then? Or was it just something that you were, you know, enjoying?
No, I was creating, but like I said, I was behind the scenes. I was the producer, so I got tons and tons of tracks, and then you know, then artists started coming to my studio and buying tracks, you know, that type of thing. So I got known to be around as a producer.
Okay, and you know, I'm glad to know that too. We gotta definitely put that out there. And you did say you have is it a label? Is it Daydream?
Yes, it's Daydream. Yeah. Yeah, it's a production company, but it's a label.
Okay. Are you looking for talent right now?
No, not at the moment. Actually, I got about 10 artists I'm managing right now. So right now, no, but probably in the near future.
Okay. All right. And as I said before, you were featured in Waka Flocka's online magazine. Now, how did that come about?
My PR, Jonathan Coleman, handles all of that for me, and he had it arranged, and it went through, and it turned out to be a really nice article.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, that's great. I really do. I've been following WAP the different little projects that he's been doing for a while.
Yeah.
You know, and his mom got the. Does she still have the radio station?
I think so. Yes.
She used to have a station.
Mm-hmm.
And whatnot, but we are already pretty much close up on halftime.
Okay.
And I do want to introduce the single right now that you're pushing.
Awesome.
It's called Just Skate. But before I play that, can you give us some details of what made you come up with that? What was the inspiration for that?
I had a friend named Angie McClendon. It's actually her whole idea. She hit me up and was like, "Patty, can you write me a song about skating?" And at the time I was living in Texas, and I was like, she was like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm in Texas." I said, "Well, don't worry about it. I can record it and I'll send it to you." And I recorded it, sent it to her. She loved it. She was like, yes. She wanted a skate theme. She wanted her own personal skate song. And then she was like, "Well, what are we going to do with it?" And I was like, "Well, let's put it out." And so here we are. And that's how it came about. It was just a song. She wanted me to write a song about skating.
And here we are. And here you are on KPTR. The truth behind the music with it.
Oh, yeah.
So, guys, we're at halftime right now, and we're going to allow you to hear the track. It's called Just Skate by PJ Dakota. And when we come back, we're going to hear a little bit more on PJ Dakota, her past and what she's doing now, and to see if she has any advice to pass on to the up-and-coming artists. So right now, we're listening to Just
Skate, skate, skate. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's that time.
Time for us to ride.
Got your laces in, sunglasses time to go. We're in motion, and we're rolling, we're walking. in slow motion. It's time to make your move. You show what you do. There's a party up in here. It's all with the crew. Got the DJ in the place. Just to move, set some pace. Make it fast or make it slow. Either way, here we go. Let's get don't go with all on. Let's roll. To the DJ says let's go. Let's get. They'll be feeling right. Let's roll. Keep your body tight. Some scratches and fall. We're gonna kiss the wall. Beat it up. Here we go. You play the song and you go and flow. Baby, that's my religion. Take you a little, don't you understand? Pop it up again, it's the phone. Just do your thing, go with the floor. Till that DJ slows down. Hit you with the R&B sound. You get caught over the zone. Everybody going in reverse. Like sway from side to side. Looking like the flying on eyes. Till the lights come back on. DJ says, pop it up. Let's skate. Till the wheels fall on. Let's roll. DJ says, let's go. Let's skate. Till we get it right. Let's roll. Keep your body tight. Let's skate. Let's roll.
Yeah.
All right, that was Just Skate by PJ Dakota. Y'all need to go ahead and cop that. That is an excellent skate song. I saw the vision.
Thank
saw
you.
it in my head.
Thank you. Now there is a video out too. Everybody can go check it out on YouTube as well.
All right, go check it out on YouTube. PJ Dakota, Just Skate. All right, and PJ, tell us a little bit more about your projects that you're working on right now.
Man, y'all, it's a ton of projects. I have a magazine that I'm relaunching called Peep This Magazine. Everybody's invited and welcome to be in the magazine. I interview entrepreneurs, independent artists, businesses. It does not matter. As long as the conversation is good, we good. And you in the video, you in the magazine. I got internet radio station we're trying to put out. It's called In the Zone Radio. I go by the name of DJ Party Pat. I play independent music, so make sure you guys register your songs so y'all can get paid for the play because it's that type of setup. Compilation that we follow up after my album drop. It's an all-female album that we're working on, and my goal, the first one is for Michigan females, well, Flint, Michigan to be exact, and then I'm gonna do one where it's all Michigan, and then I'm gonna try to hit all the states at some point in time, and just reach out to all female artists. So it doesn't mean that you have to be a rapper. You can be a singer. You can be whatever. But it's all 50. I'm hoping all 50 states, and us be all female artists. And then we have a Daydream production compilation CD where I pick just certain artists to be on tracks that I produce. And then of course we got the podcast that we do every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Everybody's welcome to be on it as well. It's called the Say What Show. So that's kind of what my plate is at right now.
A full plate. That plate is full, and I love it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so guys, make sure you check her out, and we're going to tell them where they can go ahead and inquire about all of the services that you're offering and the platforms that you have. But let's get back a little bit, into your music career, and I just want to ask you, as far as like being young and into this industry, what do you think you should have done different, or do you think you're from where you are right now? Are you okay with that, or do you think there's something else you could have done to advance you a little bit more?
Oh, wow, that is an excellent question. I probably have asked myself that. Um, and it's truth to the saying when it says things happen when they happen. I think, of course, I would have loved to have been signed and all that good stuff several years ago, when I was much younger, but I wouldn't have known half the stuff that I know now. You know what I'm saying? I would have been potentially one of them other stories where I got signed and got put on the shelf, or got signed and nothing happened because they didn't put nothing behind it. But on the other end, I had a lot to bring, and I still do have a lot to bring to the table. So entertainment wise, what they wanted, they would have gotten even then. But I wouldn't have had the team that I have now, the knowledge that I have, that type of thing. So the longevity, I don't know if I would have had it then, because I didn't know about having the teams that I needed, and I would have been solely dependent on the label to be the carrier of my career. And knowing now what I know, how the labels did everybody, how they still trying to do people, oh my God, it could have easily fallen into that. So no, you wanted that then, but real on the real surface of it, I'm kind of glad I am where I'm at now. I have way more control. I totally get it. I understand the industry, and at this point in time, when I've come to the table with the label now and just the industry, they respect me because they be like, okay, she's been around, she got some knowledge. They kind of know that I ain't the one to be joking with, because I pull up my lawyers and everybody else I need, and I got my team. So ain't no pulling those no games on me. I'm ready for them.
Right. Okay, and I'm glad you said that, and I can tell now. You got a lot of knowledge and wisdom, and I wanted to ask you, or to see if you can share some advice to the up and coming artists right now that are trying to get out there.
Oh my God, yes. First off, don't stop doing what you're doing. Keep going. Don't let nobody tell you that you cannot do it. The industry has changed. let me say that. Yeah, the industry has changed, but yet it's still the same. They still run the same exact way they did, how we knew it from back in the day. What's different now is that everything is now digital. So now they're compensating for that in different ways. But they still know how to get the more money out of everything, even in a digital platform. That's why we're only getting pennies on the dollar with every stream. So it's important for you guys, if you're gonna beat that system, make sure you put a budget behind yourself. And the budget was always the thing. And don't get it twisted. Everything that you paying for independently, the main artist had to pay the same thing. It's just that the label would take it out, and the artist never had to deal with it, because the label would always take it out. But then if you don't look at your books or have a true understanding of what it is that's going on with your career, you'll never know how much money they taking. And if you guys really knew how much radio play really costs, and I ain't gonna even get into that, if y'all really knew how much it really costs, everybody would do it. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. Everybody would do it because it's exactly affordable. And that was the ticket and the price that the radio was playing, but they was double, triple, quadruple charging the artists the big money, because they gave them millions of dollars. So let's give this artist $1 million, but how do we get it back? Let's charge them $1 million for a marketing campaign that didn't really cost $1 million to do. So that's another whole thing. And that's also something down the line. I will be doing some classes, online classes on YouTube, that talk about a little bit of those pieces of information I just gave today.
Awesome. That's some very valuable information, and I like that, because we sometimes have a show called the Indie Love Affair, where we do share information with them, because they're out there and you can understand they just like doing what they do.
Yes, exactly.
And they're seeing what's on the outside, and they see these mainstream artists, they out here and they making money and they doing this and that, but they don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Oh, exactly.
And
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They don't know what it takes Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. I was cutting you off. But they really need to pay attention now because all the main artists, a lot of them now are independent. I just saw a thing today, and they let Madonna's contract lapse. She is now officially an independent artist. One of the top pop artists in the world is now independent. Hello? Talk to me. What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. A lot of them are.
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain it, the up and coming artists, they think the label is the way to go. They're trying to get signed. You're trying to get signed, baby. You got everything in your hand right now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of signing that contract. And that's how a lot of, artists and groups ended up getting screwed in the end.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they did not understand what was going on the back end.
Right. And that's the whole,
the independent game is winning.
Oh, all day. And the industry don't want you to know nothing. They don't want you to know nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep 100%.
Yes.
Of your royalties with us.
Exactly.
Is there any other information you would like to share? This was a wonderful interview.
Thank you
for coming on today.
Thank you. Like I said, you guys just keep your heads up, keep at it. Reach out and ask for help when you can. Just pay attention to your surroundings because everybody want to be your friend and everybody got all the advice in the world to give you, but just make sure you got a good team behind you to make sure y'all can filter through all the mess that's coming at you.
Excellent. Now, really quick, tell them where to go and find you and to register for some of your projects that you're doing.
Basically, you go any platform, just type in PJ Dakota. I will pop up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. What's the other one? TikTok and
all of them.
Yeah, all of them. Just type in PJ Dakota. You will find me.
Now, do you guys have any events coming up anytime soon?
We will be attending Yeah. Well, not necessarily. It might be a performance. They haven't totally decided yet, but I still need to be there. We have an event coming up in September in Spain, Barcelona, Spain. And it's a big skating event. So this song will be played at this event. So we're going to be there promoting and pushing it.
All right, Miss PJ Dakota, everybody. And make sure you check her out. Go and get that song, Just Skate. Play it at your party. You ain't got to be skating.
Exactly, man.
Go ahead and crank it up.
Oh, yeah.
Put a Bellery you, whatever y'all doing. It's the summertime now. It's time to party.
Exactly, man. Turn it up.
But, that's right. So, of course, it's going to be on all digital platforms, right?
Yes, on all digital platforms. It's going to be fine. Yep. All of them.
All right, PJ, once again, thank you so much for coming on the show, guys. This has been KPTR, the truth behind the music, and make sure, you go and check her out. Please do that ASAP.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
At this time, girl, it was a pleasure. We appreciate you coming on. And another thing, I love the advice that you passed on to the independent artists. They can, grab that and take it with them for the rest of their life. Especially if you are a true talented artist, you really want to get as much wisdom as you can, and just listening to you. You've been in there, for a long time.
Yeah.
So you are the go-to if they need the help.
Oh, for sure, all day.
For sure. All right, and TJ, thank you. Hey, guys, we are out. Thank you for being tuned in to KPTR, the truth behind the music. You can listen to this interview again on Saturday at noon at www.partytrainerradio.com. And peace. Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Goodbye. And there we have it, y'all. The interview I just did, I think it's DJ Karma. I don't even have the thing in front of me. But yeah. What up? Thank you to the one person that was watching. Thank you so much. This is the behind the scenes footage of me. I'm gonna try to do more behind the scenes stuff. We officially got the green light from YouTube. I'm now an official YouTube partner. And so now it's about doing as many lives as I can now. So you guys will get to see everything now. So yeah, it's good, PJ. It's good, PJ. I'll see you guys later. Deuces, and I'm out. Yeah, let's end this. Bam. In the meeting.